It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And coming up next, it's the Jets, reigning league MVP. Everyone's still in awe of his last game, passing Noah Van Brocklin's 1951 mark.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Being chased out left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Throwing to start the drive. Barber eluding the pressure right. He finds his man complete. That's Ortiz. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34. Back to throw. Barber.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Now, these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the Jets winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here now at MetLife Stadium.
Flushed out right. And this is caught at the end. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to stretch out their lead.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Jets offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he enters his final weekend as the league leader in rushing yards by a quarterback. He has been a dynamic dual threat all season long.
Throwing to start the drive. Barber escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. That's Ortiz. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 47 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Barber forced out to his left. A nice little juke. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves.
Jets offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he enters this final weekend of the regular season as the NFL's leader in touchdown passes.
Throwing to start the drive. Barber eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Hall.
Down to the 10.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he comes into this final weekend of the season as the NFL's leader in passing yards as he looks to end his strong campaign on a high note.
Throwing to start the drive. Barber buying time to his left. He finds his man complete. That's Ortiz. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Flushed out right. And it's caught. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal. That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first two quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to throw. Barber steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Looking to throw. Barber flush to his right.
Now he's loose again.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Garrett Wilson,
34 yards.
and the Jets extend their lead yet again. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
It's been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the 3rd quarter. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And with that last throw, the record comes into focus as he has now gone over 500 passing yards in this game alone. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. Touchdown!
Garrett Wilson,
49 yards.
And the Jets look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this...
And all the way in, touchdown, New York.
Garrett Wilson, 70 yards. And the Jets continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Throwing to start the drive. Barber eluding the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Sliding out of the pocket.
He finds Wilson. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Over the middle, complete. It's Ortiz. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed? They did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone